Head on the news at 10, a suspected assassination attempt on the former president. What we know so far about the investigation. Plus, murder suspects out on bond. We hear from the victim's family who says this is a slap in the face. The news at 5 starts right now. We're continuing to follow breaking news out of Kershaw County. 2 people are dead after a shooting at the Lexington Grand Apartments on Roy Truesdale Road in Lugoff. And right now, those responsible for pulling the trigger are still on the run. Tonight, we're learning more about the human remains found in a wooded area in Kershaw County last night. It's still not clear who the person is or how long their remains have been there. Breaking news coming into the Watch Fox Content Center. 4 people are injured and a juvenile is in custody after a shooting in Richland County this evening. Well, Brian, while victory has already been declared for Donald Trump in South Carolina, state lawmakers are still waiting for results to come in, and eagerly so for some state level races. That's because Republicans are looking to take over a supermajority in both the House and the Senate. Brian, it's a much different situation than when I came to you at the top of the hour. Just to remind folks, I'm in the 4500 block of Bluff Road near Eastway Drive. And now, when you saw me at the top of the hour, there was a heavy fire department presence still here. But as you can see behind me, just one single truck remains. They're focusing on one smaller structure over there. We now know that to be an old convenience store that went up in flames around 7:30 this evening. Well, Brian, the South Carolina Freedom Caucus admits that they are looking to turn over a new leaf in the 2025 legislative session, but missing from that news conference today was the group's now former leader. It had reporters asking why State Rep R.J. May wasn't there, but the answers weren't clear.
Obviously, there's several members that aren't here for various reasons.
Do you consider him a current member of the Freedom Caucus?
He's a current member of the House. He's a current member of the House.
But is he a member of the caucus?
He's a current member of the House. If he's a member of the House and he's an upstanding member of the, I'm curious why you're asking that.
Reporters asking about Representative May's absence because federal court documents show more than 24 electronic devices were seized from his home in Lexington County over the summer. It's not clear what authorities were looking for, and May has not been criminally charged. At 5, lawmakers fighting for those who are fighting to be parents. The issue they're saying is not partisan. Plus, murder suspects out on bond. We hear from the victim's family who says this is a slap in the face. The news at 5 starts right now. Thanks for joining us tonight for Watch Fox News at 5. I'm Claire Foley. Today, state lawmakers from both sides of the aisle came together to address in vitro fertilization, or IVF. Earlier this month, the Alabama Supreme Court ruled that embryos created through IVF should be considered children, which means someone could be held responsible for destroying them. Watch Fox's Marsharia Adams was at that news conference today and joins us live now outside of the State House. Marsharia, how is this impacting people right here in South Carolina? A Kershaw County family is outraged after 3 of the suspects in the murder of a North Central High School student in 2022 were granted bond. 2 of the suspects posting it just in the last few days. 17-year-old Justice Rutherford was murdered while driving his friend's car last year. Watch Fox's Kiana Jordan spoke with his sister. She's live now from the Kershaw County Sheriff's Office. Kiana, the family says justice is not coming fast enough. Well, thank you so much, Kiana. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Taylor Canoose, who is in our Skywatch Weather Center. Taylor, I know we have some showers in our future. When are they making their way into the Midlands?
We'll see some scattered showers roll in later on tonight.
Well, now that we're thinking about warming back up, just a few weeks left in winter before we head to spring. And you might actually be wondering if it really felt like winter this year, since our afternoon highs were feeling pretty comfortable most days. Clara Faith joins us live now. Clara, what are the experts saying, though, about this season's trend? Tomorrow's workers in our classrooms today. That's the vision behind First Jobs in Lexington Richland 5 that turns students into student employees. It's the second year they've done this, and today they signed on 17 more kids to the program. Watch Fox's Jake Homan shares the opportunities this initiative provides. Still ahead tonight on Watch Fox News at 5, a local high school pays tribute to history through popular comics and movies. The creative way they're explaining important stories. That's right, Friendy. I'm holding the 31-page lawsuit that was filed last week, and in it are the stories of two women who say they were sexually abused by their coach dating back to at least 2018. When it comes to the scale of the misconduct throughout the sport of figure skating, these attorneys fear that this is just the tip of the iceberg.
And those individuals are not just in Irmo, South Carolina or Columbia, South Carolina. They're all around the country. We are of the belief, because of information that we have, that this is pervasive.
Attorneys Bakari, Sellers, and Randall Hood on Friday announcing a federal lawsuit claiming a former Olympian sexually abused children while coaching figure skating at a facility in Irmo.
I was contacted a few weeks ago by a young lady who had unfortunately been abused by a coach, an ice skating coach. The period that she was actually sexually abused and assaulted and groomed and exploited was starting at the age of 14 years old.
The coach, victims, and ice skating rink have not been released publicly in order to protect the victims. Hood says the rink, as well as the national governing body who oversees figure skating in the U.S., failed these young athletes.
And then a second person contacted me. And then other people contacted me, and it became apparent that there was a problem at an ice skating rink in Irmo, South Carolina. They're supposed to be able to protect the children that go to this facility to learn how to skate. Think about it. A child goes to a skating rink just to learn how to skate. And instead, a predator sees his prey.
While they were not identified by name, there is only one skating organization based out of Irmo and only one national governing body based out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. I reached out to both of those organizations for comment, but haven't heard back. These attorneys say if other victims feel comfortable coming forward, they will listen.
Step forward. You're not alone. We're here for you.
Attorneys Sellers and Hood also say that this coach is still actively coaching. If you'd like to read more of the details on this case, we have a direct link to it on our website at wach.com.
I am looking for Miss Cassidy Jones.
When you called my name, I was like, me?
Cassidy Jones is an 11-year-old student at Creighton Middle School in Columbia. In 2018, when she was just 5 years old, her father was killed by gun violence. She says she struggled with the feeling that no one could relate to the pain of losing her father.
Like, me and my mom was talking, I started crying, and I was like, nobody really understands me, you know?
That's when she got an idea from a simple toy that she found comfort in.
Whenever I was sad or something, bears actually really helped me a lot.
So now she collects donations of teddy bears, blankets, and journals to give out to children who know the pain of losing a loved one to gun violence, hoping each will represent a sense of comfort, something to dry their tears, and a place to share their feelings.
Whenever I hand out a bear to a girl or a boy and they're like really happy about it, it actually makes me want to do a flip. That's how happy I'll get.
Cassidy says this project has given her purpose, and she's ready to be there even for the young people she hasn't met yet.
Feels like I belong. I want them to know that just because I've never met you doesn't mean I'm not ready to help you.